Yo, what's going on, guys? It's Tuff Blazer, and welcome back to another video here on the channel. We're back with another replay review video, and this replay was submitted by Random Monkey. So shout out to Random Monkey. He joined the Discord server and submitted his replay file that way. And if any one of you guys are interested in getting a replay reviewed by me, feel free to join the Discord as well. Link is in the description under every video, and there is a replay review text channel in there, and that's where you will submit the replay file. And there's also a pinned message, asking for you to provide some other stuff with it, like what's your rank, maybe what your goal is by the end of the season, rank wise, that kind of thing, just so I know what I'm looking at, right? And I do prefer if it is PC only, just because you can get the actual replay file. And the reason I like having the replay file, I just think it makes for much better analysis, because I can actually fly around the pitch, see where everybody is, or sometimes the player's POV, it limits your information, so you're not entirely sure on where everybody is, how much boost each player has, that kind of thing. But anyways, Random Monkey, he said this is a 1500 MMR replay. This is, of course, threes. He said his peak was 1624 last season, and he does say it feels harder to rank up, which I 100% feel. I was in 1500 for the longest time. Those games, they're quite random for sure. Some games are just really hard to be able to win. Some not so much, but once you get to 1600, it does get easier. I feel like if you know how to play the game properly, that is. So let's take a look. Let's see what some fixes might be. Okay. Alright, so right here, with this touch, you're not able to get a good follow-up touch with it, right? I think that's important when the opposition is giving you this much time and space. Right? You should definitely use that to your advantage to be able to get a good string of touches. So why this hit occurred here, let's take a look. So right here, you turn all the way left. You're basically facing, the ball's coming directly towards you, and you're facing the wall, right? So kind of perpendicular. And so now, you're air rolling, but you're not getting much of a... Your car's momentum is towards the wall, and the ball's is like towards you, but then it's going to be towards them, that kind of thing. So your car's momentum is not really following up the ball, right? So it just goes completely away from you. This is a great position right here. This right here, if you maintain this and then you went up for it, you would be able to get a really good first touch. First touches are very important, I would say, for ranking up. If you can master getting good first touches, you're going to be able to outplay a lot of opponents, do some 1v2s, even do some 1v3s at this rank, right? So if you just go up at this point, I'm just going to go into fly cam here. Yeah, if you just go up for this, you're definitely going to beat everyone. That's not an issue. But you'll be able to get right under this ball to where you can hit it up a little bit and be able to follow it up, You obviously had 100 boost off kickoff, so you'd be able to get some pretty good distance with this ball, for sure. Is your second in rotation. Okay. Wait for your team, that's good. Yeah, you have 60 boost here, you're chilling. Okay, so you jump on the wall, and then you turn around. Yeah, good choice to leave that. Yeah, 60 boost you should be able to do. quite a bit. I would say right here, in this situation, I would stay back post for a little bit longer. I think you kind of rotate up pretty soon. The way your teammate rotates isn't really ideal. Like, if I were him, I go more outward, and then if he wants the boost, he can go here. But he's kind of rotating right in front of your path. But if you are back post here, then you don't really have to worry about that too much. Then you can drive up. So I would say, at this point, yeah, you should be around here. Then you start to drive up. I can kind of to the side, right? Let's see what you do. So, teammate bump, of course. Okay. I think personally here, since you are first man, I think you should try to get hit on this. If you can. I think you jump very, very early on this. Okay. You basically aerial at this with no momentum. So you're just going straight up. Which means you're not going to be able to hit this one, right? I think it's good to have a little bit of momentum going into this. And then you try to get the block. But there's a good chance your teammate isn't quick enough this time. So definitely be careful with that. Obviously, because you got bumped here, it does screw your momentum a little bit, but I think ideally here, just stay a little bit longer on the back post, push it up, turn it down if you want, and then go up with a little bit more momentum to try and get that block. Let's take a look at it from his POV, actually. I'm sure he sees He does see that. He doesn't have boost, right? At the same time, he's not rushing it because he sees where you are. And then boom, he moves it a bit when he knows it's going to be you, so. I would say right there, just having a little bit more momentum going into that. So now you have under boost, that's good. Yeah, I wouldn't jump there, good to recognize, not technical. I wouldn't jump with this either. Your goal here, since you're third, is just to cover net. Obviously, your teammate going for this, I don't blame you for going for this, actually, because, you know, it's kind of hard to, I mean, this guy he looked so awkward, basically. He looked very awkward. He literally just went. He didn't boost at all, so maybe you could get the impression that he didn't have boost. But, clearly he did. He had a 50 boost, so he's just saving it pretty well. But, I don't blame you for doing this. One thing I will say, though, is, once again, you do jump pretty far away from the ball. So, if you do hit it, you're not going to be able to get a good follow-up touch, and most likely, Sorb is just going to get the next touch. Even though Shrabs is a little bit upfield, he has 0 boost. He's not going to be able to get a play on the ball. So he has to go for that mid boost. So right here, I would just take your time a little bit more. Even if you go a little bit later than time 2 laser, you can still beat him. Just drive up a little bit, and then fast aerial. Right, and if you fast aerial right, you're going to be vertical on your way up, like, almost instantly. And you'll definitely beat that guy. You know, and at that point, you can, once again, maybe try to get a follow-up touch off of that. Just get a good first touch and, you know, keep it relatively close. And that's a really, really good play that you can make. Either way, it works, I guess, because, you know, you follow it up, he hits it pretty lightly, which is perfect for you because because you can actually follow it. Right here, this is a very juicy opportunity. Let's see. So obviously, this is the only guy back. Now, you know you're probably going to have to get a 50-50 with this guy. Maybe in your mind you thought you could beat him. So I think I can kind of see it where, like, in this situation, you're closer to the ball. And you might be able to beat him. The only thing is this ball already has a decent bit of momentum towards him. So even though you're closer to the ball, it's still going to end up as a 50-50. So in that case, you want to kind of recognize that and yeah, in that case you want to recognize it and just be more central on the ball rather than like the right side of it. Because now you have to like last second, you know, flip into this to readjust, and then you don't really know exactly where the 50 is going to go. Whereas if you turn a little bit more to the left here, so that way you're able to cover more of like the middle part of the ball, you know, and maybe like flip to the left, you can definitely 50 this to your teammate who's already got momentum on the left side, and he's going to get the boost, and he could probably just score this. So definitely a goal scoring opportunity. Just recognizing that a 50 is probably going to happen. That's kind of the main thing, right? If the ball has momentum towards the opponent, even if you're closer to the ball, there's definitely that chance where you can't get the beat and you're going to have to do it. But anyways, yeah, this is fine. Way to be there. Nice, I like that, getting around one. Obviously can't, not much of a play can be had here, right? Once you hit it around the guy, you know, when you hit this ball, it's already got a lot of like momentum towards your net. It's pretty low, basically. It's pretty low. So when you hit it like this, it's going to go further away from the car. Right, rather than the typical air dribble setup. So it's very hard to get something out of this, especially with the boost that you have. Let's see how much boost you have when you went for this. You got 60 boost, which is decent. Yeah, by the time you get to that, right. So I would say in this scenario, I don't know, it was a good attempt. I honestly, I might have done the same thing. If your teammate hit that, that might have been good, but I really like this though. Recognizing you have space and you have some time here, catching it, playing it around one, that's stuff you should, you know, try to do as much as you can, right? Yeah, that's obviously just by the end of it. It's all good. I like the idea. It's a good opportunity. So, back in net, I would say right here, you're probably a little bit too far up. Usually when both your teammates are in the corner, it's a bad thing. You don't want to have most of your team just stuck in the corner because you're not covering as much as a team, right? The corner is arguably the least threatening spot on the map as a defender. So you don't need two people in that area, right? Ideally, you want a guy back wall, you want a guy covering the net, you know, usually around the back post area. And then you can have a guy, you know, either in the corner where the ball is or midfield, just wherever the ball is at, essentially. So right here, I would play back post, right? Because the problem is, if a really bad 50 happens here, which has happened to me many different times, and it just goes like right over your head. This guy was available. Let me see. Yeah, he was turned in. But yeah, if it pinches in a really bad spot, it'll be hard for you to recover. but another thing as well, right? Here you have to completely cut off all momentum, and then I think you realize you're probably a little bit too far up, right? And then you have to, like, get into this. If you were already back post, you could kind of recognize, okay, this is when I gotta push up. It's like right here, you know? So he gets that catch, boom, you're running into this with even more momentum. Either way, works out. Okay. I think right here, you definitely want to be going a little bit faster. Okay, I think the problem here is you're feathering your boost here. Right, so rather than just using a little bit more at a time, like just using enough to get supersonic, or near supersonic, you're feathering it, so you really, it's not as effective, because every time you make a little turn, you're losing speed. So this boosting right here just gets canceled out by that turn. You know what I mean? So in a way, it's a waste of boost. Now, right here as well, you do want to recognize it is going to bounce off the wall. So at this point, you should be starting to turn to the left. It does take a little bit before you turn to the left, so then you're kind of diving at this last second. So just kind of reading the play ahead of time as well, just like, okay, hey, this is going to bounce kind of around right in front of evac, so I should probably turn my car towards evac now and then start boosting towards it. You're already going to have momentum going into the ball, and there's a very good chance you could beat him on a 50, right? But right here, you don't get the hit. Yeah, so I think you probably could have gone to this wall quicker. But either way, it works out perfectly because your teammate spawns on the right side and it just goes right back to him. I like this, going for a bump. Probably down. Yeah, once again, it's just one of those things where once you turn, you're supersonic. So as you're turning into this, you do want to be boosting to conserve that supersonic effect. So here you're already supersonic. But yeah, as you're turning, you can use that boost. Maybe power slide if you need to. And that guy just gets demoed. But since he's not demoed, let's take a look. Yeah, he's still in the play. He has 46 boost. He's gonna end up getting quick. It would have been definitely more awkward, right? If he was demoed. So anyways, let's see what happens after. Well, I like the idea, right? Getting pads on the way back, perfect. 46 boost. To work with. I like that. You get a touch over him. Okay, I would say right here personally, I would stick with this play because the next closest person, he was in their net, and 21 boost, you can still do some stuff with this, right? So instead of turning back like you do right here, if you turned forward, let me try to simulate this. The fly cam, if I can. Boom, you hit it around. He gets the boost, but instead of you being here, you're now like here, right? Let's say you turn this way. Boom, now, this guy's going to dive at the ball in panic, and you could hit this mid, you know? Or dribble it around him, that kind of thing. I know this guy commits, but let's just take a look at his POV real quick. At this point, he sees you turned back completely, so that's why he's diving at it. Which I don't recommend. He gets put out of the play for a while to a very low value commit. Right, the reason it's low value is because literally nobody on this team is there to follow it up. So, and they still have some difficulty. But let's say you turn back on this ball. So touch, turn back in. This guy will be ready, even though he got bumped by a teammate. I don't know what that guy was doing. He'll be ready to boost up, and you would definitely have seen him on the wall, and you could pass him in. And, that would be great. Instead, you let an offensive opportunity kind of go. Right. The reason you should take advantage is just because you do have a teammate with full boost, ready to make a play, right? If your whole team is starved, then I can understand, okay, I'm gonna go back, I'm gonna get boost, let our whole team get boost, that kind of thing. Because there's really not much you guys will be able to do on offense at that point. But right here, you can, right? Even though you have 21 boost, you can set up a teammate that does have boost. And you guys can start to mount pressure. But now you guys are on defense here, so let's see what happens. So right here, you can have to go for a teammate. Getting a block, that's fine. Yeah, I can already tell this is... Oh boy, okay. Let's see how we could have done this. So go net, this is fine. I would personally stay in net. I think you push out way too far. Yeah, your job here should be covering net. Your other guy, it seems like he's going to be getting boost, right? Yeah, he's going to be getting boost. So theoretically, if this guy shoots it, I don't know if this guy would have gone back in time for the save. So your job here really, I think, to just be prioritizing the shot attempt. It's a lot easier for you to save a shot coming at you from this guy, even if it might be a clanger, instead of you jumping at this and predicting one of like the infinite possibilities that you could do here. Like, this guy may not even shoot it. He could hit it to the back wall like he just did. He could just catch it and dribble it or some crap. Like, there's a lot you can do. So being more grounded on net and being prepared for one definitive option, it's going to be better, right? And worst case, even if he does start dribbling the ball like a maniac, you know, this guy should be back in time so you can actually start pushing up before it becomes too crazy. But now because of that, you're too far pushed up. You're going for this, which your teammate had a good hit here. He played his role well, right? Back wall. He opened this. Right, but you probably didn't know he was there, so it's a tough call, but there's definitely a way where you could have put yourself in a less awkward position. Right? Just stay in net. Just go into fly mode here. Just stay in net. That's it. You know, you can just get off that. It'll be a lot easier. Because technically, you don't even have to get to the ball before the other guy does on the read, the shooter. You just want to be able to, like, meet him, you know, at the ball and block the shot. So he could, like, hit it right into where you're hovering, basically. That's what I'm trying to say. But yeah, instead this becomes really awkward. You put your teammate out of the play. They definitely could have scored this. Let's see what they do. Okay, he waited, he expected here. So, yeah. So that could have been bad. That could have been bad for sure. You guys don't know. Okay, right here you don't have much boost. So boost management might be, well, there's no pads around, that kind of sucks. Anyways, well, yeah. Let's go right here. Okay, you pretty much use all 100 boosts just to get one touch on the ball, right? Yes, so I would say it's a pretty low value play. Once you hit it, you can't follow it up, that kind of stuff. But once you get this boost, you don't have to use nearly 40 boost to get supersonic, right? You can just use a little bit of boost, speed flip. Wait, am I serious right? Is this a side flip? Ah. It looks like a side flip. That explains why so much boost was... Well, yeah, obviously here you do want to be going for a diagonal flip or a speed flip. That way you can use less boost to get supersonic. So you'll have more boost looking at this. Right here, I would honestly single jump into this. This guy has such little speed that you're definitely gonna win the 50 if he hits it, but if you win it, not much value is gonna be had. Because it's gonna be hard for you to follow it up. This guy will most likely go at it, which he does, yep. So if there's a way to keep this close, which single jumping will allow me to do, it's going to be better in this case, right? You're right here. You can even like let go of your right trigger as you're jumping, as you single jump into this. Get close. You know, since the ball is going towards you, it's going to like cancel out of the way. So yeah, just single jump into it. Now you have boost. Ball might roll a little bit that way, but you can go here, and now you have all this space. You have all this space. You have a teammate that's gonna position himself middle probably after this, and you're basically forcing one of them out of net into the midfield, and it's not completely in their corner, so they kind of have to worry about it a little bit, right? There is that threat. The corner is usually not that threatening at all. But if you're able to kind of like turn off the wall with this and all of a sudden create a midfield threat, that can really discombobulate the defense, and you might be able to bait some defenders out, get around them, get a goal. Okay. Back, as much boost as you can, keep that momentum up. That is good. That is definitely not something you should go for here, right? You want to think about it this way. What value is this touch gonna do, right? Or gonna make? If you hit this ball, it's just gonna bounce off the wall again and go back around the same area. If there was a teammate behind you, it could work. But even then, the opponent's just waiting. He's just waiting, so it would have been a free ball for him. But yeah, I mean, there's no world where your teammate should be, your third man should be like right here. So going for this touch doesn't provide any sort of value. You're better off just letting your teammates stay with this ball and positioning mid, right? Setting yourself up for a potential pass option. Obviously not all teammates pass, but some will, and if you get yourself open, then those kind of teammates will definitely hit you. It seems like this guy, that's what he was trying to do here with the joint. So imagine, man, let's see. Okay, so right here, imagine you just stayed around this position, trusted the touch, boom, you might be able to just like speedily go for that, you know, and it might be a goal. So it's always good to have spacing on your team. Just cover as much ground as you can. You don't want to be doing the same thing as your teammate. You guys want to be efficient in the sense that, you know, when you're more spaced out, you're covering more ground, which means you're covering more options, which means it's going to be much easier to force mistakes out of the opponents that way, because you're making them react quick. You're making them act fast to different options. Whereas now these guys have all the time because of that double commit and that touch. You know, they don't have anybody to worry about for like a solid 5 seconds. You guys are now in a rush here. You have to go for your teammate. By the looks of it, yes. Yeah, you couldn't go for teammate. And then you're also jumping at this as well, right? So possibly a little bit of panic. Did your teammate go? Your teammate did go. I want to look at this from his POV. Yeah, so maybe just staying with the ball a little bit too much there, but it's whatever. I mean, you know, you got the clear. I like that though. You can get the pass back to your teammate. Now you're playing third. Yeah, this right here, perfect opportunity for a double tap. One guy, evac's completely gone. Time 2 laser, you just have to beat him. Because Sorbital, he's going towards their net. He's not playing back wall. He's not really expecting a hit onto their back wall. So this is a perfect opportunity for a double tap. Like this right here should lead to a goal, right? You should be able to hit it up there and just get the double tap. And I mean, if he makes the save, so be it. But there's a very good opportunity that I think goes to waste. Now let's take a look at why. First of all, your momentum's completely cut off. Right, you're completely still here. You do want to be moving slightly. And here's a tip that I have for you, right? So it seems like here you're completely like, yeah, you go to a complete stop. So you're like, you're holding right trigger and then you're instantly letting go and holding left trigger. Here's something I recommend. In these kind of situations, to make sure you're still like keeping a good position, a deep third position, but also having some momentum, instead of hitting your brake button, just let go of your accelerate button. Let your car naturally decelerate. So that way you're still keeping a little bit of momentum, but you're also not over pushing. Right? And then right here, I would drive up a little bit more. This is a problem I'm noticing. I think you're jumping at some aerials a little bit too far away. So you're not able to get a good first touch, basically, right? If you're closer to the ball, when you go for it, you're going to be able to have a lot more controlled touches. So right here, yeah, I would just recommend drive up a little bit more, right? The thing I mentioned earlier as well, since this ball has momentum going your way, even though this guy is a bit closer, you'll still have a good chance of getting there before him. Right? That guy doesn't even jump for a while. So like right here in this situation, I would be keeping my eye on this guy. He goes very late. He goes very, very late. So I'd keep an eye on him. And probably right about here, I'd go for it. Right? At this point, you can get under the ball pretty well. Allow the ball to go to the backboard. And get yourself a nice little double tap. It's definitely a really good shot to go for there. But he ends up getting the ball for free. Teammate gets a miss there. Unfortunately, you do take the boost. I like that. Teammate's fine. Right there, I would not go for this. You see both your teammates in the corner, right? Same thing I talked about earlier. It's not ideal to have multiple teammates in the corner. Right here, you have to cover net. So just playing back post is your best option here. And if they do passive midfield, you know, you can kind of prepare for that. But like if you were further back post, crap, I'm trying to go into fly cam. There we go. Okay. There we go. Okay. So let's say you rotate in around here. Just wait here. You would have seen your teammate go, so you'd be like, alright, I'm not gonna go. Like, alright, I'll push up, I'll get some mid-line of pads maybe, stay around this area. That. Let's see what you do here. You do commit to this, you're gonna be off to the right side, right? Yes. 58 Buso. It's good amount. It's just, I like this position. And this is fine, right? Don't commit to that. Get some pads, I like this. Oh, good try on that. I see the vision, right? If you're able to get a hit... Oh my gosh. This is why I wish I had the Epic Pen extension. I should probably get that. The Epic Pen app. So I could draw out what I'm trying to describe. But for now, we're using Flycam. So, yeah, if you're able to kind of thread the needle here, hit it towards this wall. Obviously really, really good. Another alternative as well is you can try to catch this ball on its way down here and just control it for a bit and basically stall for your team to get back, right? But I do think the better play here is, you know, hitting it here, right? Since both your team is up, or, well, yeah, at least one of your teammates is heavily upfield. You know, sometimes it's good to kind of speed up the play, especially when all three of these guys are in your half, right? Just kind of hit it through. Go up with this, right? Your teammates, that guy's definitely going to be middle. So I like the idea. Just unfortunate execution. Luckily it doesn't hurt you guys. So now you're second man. Oh wait. Okay, that guy. I want to see his POV. I don't know why he's rotating into this ball. That is, yeah, the ball side rotation. That's an example of it, but yeah, definitely makes it awkward for you guys. Touch. I would say personally here, don't jump off this wall. Just kind of let your teammate handle it, because you are last week technically. So it's a bit of an overcommit. Get to this, you do have a very low amount of mana as well, so you're not really going to be able to do much with this, right? If you stay back wall here, you know, if they hit it back up to you, you're already there. And you can kind of base what you do next just off if you think your teammate is going to hit it. I'm going to go to fly cam so it's a little bit easier for me to tell. Okay, be like, oh, okay. Just gonna get the beat. Alright, I'm gonna go down. You know, grab some pads here. This guy. Love for that. Because no way in heck Shrabs is getting that. Let's see what actually happens here. Okay, well, you're anyways in this spot. But the difference is you have much lower boost. So if you stayed on the back row, you would have this 26. You'd have another pad here. Another pad here, another pad here. Wait. Just pad here. Okay, pad here, pad here. Pad here, pad here. So you'd have a lot more boost. You go up for that. I like that touch. This is a really, really good play right here. I like this. So here, you play a bit safe. I like it. You get a nice little back touch. Boom. Right into another follow-up touch. This is what I'm talking about. Chaining these touches really, really good. If you can master this, these lobbies are going to be so easy. I'm telling you, right? Boom. Touch around one, you keep it close. Touch around the other. And I like the idea of a pinch just because you don't have much boost. There's not really much else they can do. But you can hit it away and then let your teammates deal with it because they're boost. I will say here, oh, okay. That boost was definitely taken, right? Okay, I think that was a replay bug. I guess it was not there. Okay, cool. I think the pathing here could have been better. For sure, for boost. Let's take a look. So you pick up that pad. How much boost are you at this point? You're 12, okay. 12 boost. Yeah, it's here right here, you know, your team's doing the bulk of the work upfield. I would say once you're about here, yeah, you get this pad. But continue along here. So go boom, boom, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Something like that, right? I'm gonna simulate it. 1, 2, 3. It's kind of hard to simulate. 4, 5. You would have had momentum going into this. It doesn't have to be exactly that padding, but at least if you get some of those pads, right, it's really good. Here you only get 2 pad, 3 because that one respawns. When you're going for this, you're all out of boost by the time you go for the 50. It's going to take a bit to recover the net. Whereas if you had more pads here, you know, who knows? Maybe you'll have more momentum going into this just from the pathing. Get a better hit, have more boost to the mid. Because one thing I was going to mention as well, I think by the time you actually go for this ball, right, the play takes a bit of time to develop. So by the time, you know, you go for all of these pads, right, that same amount of time would have been spent just kind of watching this unfold, right? So you get a bit more efficient that way. 50. Watching this all the way. Team is kind of working it on the 50s. It is what it is. Okay, right here, a little bit of panic. I would not have jumped this. Maybe it was a misread. Maybe you thought it was going to bounce more outward, which is weird. But ideally, here you can't. I don't think you can beat this guy to the. No, he's booking it to your corner boost, so I don't think there's a way you beat him to that. But I would go on the back wall. Serve dominance on the back wall here. Just chill here. You don't even have to commit to this. It's in the corner. It's not too threatening. You don't have much boost either. I think that's the main thing with why you wouldn't want to commit, is just because of the boost that you have here. It's just not worth it. You're not going to be able to beat this guy to the ball at that point, right? And then you put yourself out of the play for a bit, which doesn't even matter because you guys get scored on. But if you just stay on this back wall, let him do what he wants to do, and I'd say you're doing your job pretty well, as long as you're covering this back wall. Then you're basically making it easier for your other teammate to see, hey, I got the back wall covered, you should cover midfield or something. Because instead, this guy, I don't know what this guy was doing. He should be going back post. That's his mistake. Let me just simulate through his POV. He goes back post. Yeah, he can save that. He can definitely save that. By the time he gets back here, yeah, you can jump at that. For sure. But, crap. he just hard cuts into this, and he's not giving himself much area to cover. Once again, this guy loves going in the corner, dude. He loves going in the corner when another teammate's in the corner. I don't get it. It just doesn't... It doesn't help at all, right? If this guy just stays... This hurts to watch, but, like, if this guy just stayed... Like, he didn't even... Technically, he didn't even have to go in net. Like, he could have just stayed around here. And all of a sudden, he's just there to block that. You know, heck, he might even be able to get a goal if he's in the right spot. He just hits it between them. But I think there's a way where if you are on the wall, he probably sees that and he's like, okay, I'm not gonna extend into there. You can't be sure with these guys. I mean, with some of the decisions Merc has been making, you never know. But at the very least, right, if you just stay on the wall and let him know, hey, I got this covered, you know, and don't commit to this, then if he does go, it's not your fault at all, right? I'm not saying this is your fault, necessarily. You made a mistake, but, I do think there's a world where maybe this guy sees your positioning and plays off it better, right? Unfortunate goal to let in. So it looks like this is the only goal that happened. Alright, we got a minute left. This is a pretty lengthy review. I tend to ramble, but I just want to make sure I get as much info out as I can. Alright, let's take a look at this. Looks like we win the kickoff. Try go for the boost. And, honestly, at this point, man, I wouldn't go for this. I'm just gonna take a look at the field. I would definitely... So, you know, in your mind, you already know you're gonna go for the boost, right? So one extra tip that I have for you is also using your camera, your right stick, just to kind of get an idea of where everybody is, right? So if you're able to see, oh, okay, my teammate's behind me, pushing up behind me. What I would do here, rather than commit to this ball, because the reality is, you know, you're not going to be able to score this. There's just a very low chance. This guy's going to get there in time to block it, and what ends up happening is obviously that pinch. But there's nobody on this side of the field ready. Shrabs, he's still kind of getting back. Did he get the boost? He didn't get the boost. Yeah, so he would not have been ready for anything going on to the left side of the field. I would honestly just fake this. You know, and just kind of go back around. Whether you choose to go this way or through midfield, I don't know, up to you. You know, maybe through midfield, but you can just leave this for your teammate. This guy is anyways just going to hit it right up to him. Your teammate is prepared. As you can see, he's ready for this guy's touch. Let's take a look here on he sees that guy up, he's like, oh, he's going to hit it right to me, and then, nope, touches that way, right? So I would let him hit it to your teammate. You'll have a much better hit on that. Instead it pinches towards your net. What happens here? Yeah, this guy gets he gets a one opportunity. Yeah, very scary. Very scary. Oh, another teammate. Okay. One thing I would do right here. The problem I have with like flipping into these kind of balls last second is like 9 out of 10 times it's gonna pinch towards your net. Because you're on the right side of this ball. It's got to go left. Unless the other guy really screws up on the 50 and goes to the other side of the ball. It's going to pitch towards your net. So what I would do here, after you get this touch, I would, you know, jump, air roll a little bit, right? Just like readjust your car so it's parallel to the ground. Because right here, your car is perpendicular to the ground. So jump, use air roll to kind of readjust, and then kind of go for the 50. And at that point, your flip will still be conserved, so you can use your whip into it if you want to kind of control it. Instead, yeah, this just gets kind of awkward. And let's see right here. This is another instance where I would use my right stick just to see if anyone's behind me. By right stick, I mean camera stick, and then nobody's there. Nobody's really threatening at the moment, so you can take your time with this. One of the biggest problems that happens on defense for teams is they will panic, assuming the opponents are going for the ball faster than they actually are. And that's what the opponents want. You know, it's going to make it easier on them. So if you just take your time, don't go for this aerial right away. And this is kind of similar to what we were talking about with some of the other areas where you just go up super far away from the ball. So by the time you get to the ball, you just kind of hit it super far away. So drive up a little bit more, you know, as close as you can to the ball without like getting directly under it, because that can be awkward. Like maybe about here, drive up to here, get one touch up, you know, like near the wall, land on the wall, and then you'll be able to follow it up with another touch. That's something I love doing. It's definitely a really nice way to get past a couple opponents. Right here, though, as you can see, the touch is going to them. And so now you're out of the play for a bit. Look, your teammate does a good job. Oh, he messes up with that, but that's a good demo. Like 24 seconds, so now so we got this. You guys are gonna get aggressive here. Like the touch, beautiful. Oh, okay. This is definitely, in my opinion, I think this is a goal scoring opportunity, right? What happens here is you jump too much to the right of the ball. So your car is gonna go to the right, the ball's gonna go to the left. So once again, it's just one of those things where you can't follow up the first touch. This is actually a good air dribble opportunity. So, right, if you just go the middle of the ball indicator, so pretty easy thing to fix, right? Just make sure your car is in the center of this before you go up for it. But I think you were in a other than that, like, you were behind the ball a good amount. You weren't too far away from it. So you definitely could have had a pretty solid air dribble. Right. Another thing as well. Yeah, there's no verticality on this floor, so you just kind of pop it. So yeah, I think one thing that would be really good to practice is air dribbling from balls that are already like up, right? So kind of like ground to air dribbles, essentially that sort of setup. I think this would have been a really good ground to air dribble opportunity. You have 69 boost, nice, but you can definitely get a very good distance with this ball across the field. Even if you don't score it, you know, maybe this guy gets a save or something, you guys have pressure now going into the last 13 seconds. So now they're going to get a ball for free with 11 seconds to go. That guy does get beat by your teammate. That guy makes a very poor touch. Definitely have. Oh, yeah, that's one he could have scored. This one, he messed up his aerial as well. He also went to the right. Let's see how the rest of this unfolds. There we go. 4 seconds. Oh, this is a good shot opportunity right here. They're only. The only guy that can really defend for them right now, he's literally near post. So anything that goes behind him, so like 90% of the net, he can't really save. the other guys are gonna have to save it, and it might be a tough save for them if you can get a really good shot on target. Pass. Attempt. But this is definitely one of those situations where you could shoot it. It is a very tough shot, though. That is the thing. It's a very tough shot. But if you do shoot this, right, you just like jump once, flip into the ball at a good enough angle instead of double jumping into that. You know, it'll be good, right? Yeah, if this was meant to be a pass, it is a pass. But I think this is a scenario where you can definitely shoot it because their defense still isn't completely set. Like at this point, now they have 3 people ready to save it. But that's gonna be it for the replay. Hopefully this helps, man. I know I kind of talked a lot, but let me see if I can give a summary here. So I think one big thing is with your aerials, make sure you are not jumping at a ball from too far away, going up for it too soon. Just kind of see if you have enough time, and then reposition yourself so you're a bit closer to the ball, and then fast aerialing, so that way you can get a very good first touch, right? Having a good first touch, it's going to be so key in my opinion to ranking up. Because you're going to be able to do 1v2, 1v3 outplays in this rank so easily by being able to consistently get good first touches. I think that's one of the key things that's helped me get back into the 1600s. Well, not back because I never actually was there, but it helped me get into the 1600s, right? And then what was another thing? Boost management as well. Just making sure whenever you're off the ball, right, try to get as many pads as you can, make a good boost pathing, and try to keep your momentum up as well. Sometimes instead of suddenly braking, you could just let go of accelerate, so you're still, you know, you're not moving super fast and like overcommitting, but at the same time you still have a little bit of momentum there. So that way, when your time comes to make a play, you're not going from 0 to 100 and using more boost that way, right? So that's another way to really be efficient with your boost. Another thing as well, just trying to space out as well, cover more options as a team. So obviously that one instance where you and your teammate double committed on here, you know, could have played midfield and been ready for whatever came in this area. And then, you know, with defense as well, making sure you don't push up as third man too much, you know, to the near post. You know, making sure you are covering your net as third man, because that is the most important thing. You don't want to be letting in goals. So I thought there was a lot of goal scoring opportunities in this game. Once again, I think for those, it just kind of came down to the more mechanical side of aerial execution. But you guys only let in 1 goal, so it's good. It could have been worse. These guys had a lot of other opportunities as well that I think you guys opened for them. They just didn't capitalize. So, yeah, hopefully these tips help, man. Let me know as well how the games are going after you watch this. Just try to keep these in mind if you can. Sometimes sometimes you have to go into a game just kind of knowingly focusing on these kind of tips, I guess, and you'll definitely see improvements the more you play, for sure. But yeah, there might be some other like summary tips that I missed, but I think I covered everything, you know, for the most part. So yeah, hopefully this helps, man. Let me know how your journey in ranked goes. If you have any other questions as well, let me know. I'll be down to answer them, maybe clarifications or some other questions. But yeah, hopefully you guys enjoy this video. Once again, if you're interested in having a replay review by me, link to the Discord in the description. And thank you everyone for watching. Please be sure to leave a like and subscribe if you enjoyed the video. I'm going to be trying to do more replay reviews whenever I can. They won't be as often as I'm uploading them right now, just because I have a bit of time on my hands. But who knows? Maybe when I'm streaming, I will do some replay reviews, and then I can just upload those to YouTube. So yeah, I'll see you all in the next video. Peace.